Up in the morning and out on the road. Headed back to my home base in Fort Clark Springs early in the morning. It's right at 8 a.m. on a Saturday morning. And yeah, the RV life, particularly in this Class B RV that I have now, is pretty dadgum enjoyable. I mean, I thought I was going to gradually phase out of this, but it looks like I'm phasing back in again. No, I like this, man. I do. I got up this morning and got my stuff ready to go. Had my breakfast, did comment call, got my stuff ready to go, and I like that feeling, man. I do. I looked around at those people that were walking for exercise, and then they're going to go back to their sticks and bricks, and Monday they'll go to their 8 to 5 job, which is, I'm not saying that's bad. I did it for years, but man, I don't have to do it anymore. And I'm glad. I like this. I like this freedom of just doing whatever I want to do. The people that look forward to retirement should. Why? Because it's a great life. It doesn't take a whole lot of money to live either. All that crap about having to have millions and crap, it depends on what you want to do. Me, I just want to live simply and free. And am I doing that? I think so. About as good as I can. We're going to turn out of the sun right here. Gasoline here is $3.19 a gallon for regular unleaded. This is Victoria, Texas, and I just left the Vine Street RV Park, City RV Park. $12 a day, and I stayed 4 days, I think. Yeah, not a bad trip. And now I've got a full tank of $3.19 a gallon gas, and away we go back to home. And I'm in absolutely no hurry. I got me a handwritten map, so I don't have to worry about using Google Maps. I can just pick up my handwritten map and go. Yeah, the temperature right now shows to be about 76 humid degrees here. It's not as humid this morning as it has been, but yeah, it's much better where I live in Fort Clark Springs, Texas. It's not near as humid, and it's not a big city around it like it is here. And it's been a nice visit. I got to talk to my sisters for a few hours at lunch, and yeah, we're good. We're good. I feel quite contented. And now we got to go through some of my old stomping grounds on the way back. We'll go through Goliad, Texas first. That's 25 miles away on Highway 59 south. And then we go to Kennedy and Karnes City, and I won't go through all the little towns, but once we get on Highway 140, it's like a farm to market road near Campbellton, Texas. Well, then we stay on that all the way to Uvalde, and then it's like 40 miles to Fort Clark Springs, and on we go. Yeah, the Class B motorhome is working out really well, guys. I know they are a little pricey, I'll admit that. I couldn't even afford one. Well, I could have afforded it, but I'd have had to have monthly payments back several years ago. And I don't need that, or I didn't want it. Also, as a side note here, the Guadalupe River is somewhat low, apparently. And I think that's part of the water supply for Victoria, I guess, or going south. It's really a heavily polluted river, though. I don't know what the speed limit is here. But it says it's 45 on my thing here on the dash. I don't know where it picks that up. Maybe it's using some kind of mapping system, but it shows 45, but I'm in no hurry. Well, actually it shows 50 now. Let's see if it changes. Yep, sure it is. So it must be reading those signs. It was a beautiful moon last night. I mean, you might still barely be able to see it straight ahead of us. But I mean, it was what they call a harvest moon, and it was beautiful, man. Lit up the whole outside. You could have taken a walk in the moonlight easily. Y'all want to see if I can pass a car? We're going to go up to 50 and see what happens. Okay, we nailed 50. We're passing a car, guys. That's a very rare occurrence in my life. Pass a car on the highway. But we're hugging the speed limit at 50, and I'm in no hurry. I did my stretches, I did a short walk, I had my breakfast, and we are good to go and enjoy the scenery that this road offers, which is mostly brush, mesquite trees, a few oak. Anyway, we've talked about that before. I'm going to check my mileage too. I recorded my miles. We'll see what the highway mileage is. I think it's close to 20 and a half, or 20.5 miles per gallon highway. But we'll verify that today. 8:05 a.m. We should be, if everything goes okay and I don't stop too many times, we should be in Fort Clark Springs by about 1 p.m. Texas time. And I may eat a breakfast taco on the way. Save me having to fix lunch. I have some ham and bread and stuff, and some organic green leaf lettuce that I could make me a sandwich. I might do that. That would be better, wouldn't it? Let me get over in this right lane here. But we're just cruising, guys. Not a whole lot in this video for sure, other than to reinforce the fact that the Class B motorhome, even though it is a considerable investment for me, is a good unit for me now, because I use it as my daily driver. It is absolutely no problem at all. I have to be careful about the height because it's 9.5 feet tall. But other than that, we're okay. The 9.5 foot clearance comes into play when you're on side streets. You know, there may be limbs hanging out in the street, or you go to a drive-through to get some food and stuff, and they have a deal with a clearance of, say, 7 or 8 feet. So you can't do that. But other than that, you're okay to go. Isn't this nice though? Just cruise down the highway Saturday morning early. Not too many people up now. And by the time they wake up, get going, I'll probably be at home. I thought about waiting until Sunday morning. I don't really like to travel on Sundays, even though that's a good traveling day because there's very light traffic. But what happens is if you have an issue, a mechanical problem, a flat or whatever, and you need to call 1-800 come fix, they may not be able to get anybody. I mean, they don't have any more access than you do, really. They have some numbers and they start dialing them, but if those people are asleep or they don't want to jack with it, you're screwed. And this vehicle doesn't even have a spare tire. It has some kind of a inflating thing, but knock on wood, we're okay. I'm okay, you're okay. Nice out here on the road, isn't it? Just driving and observing the scenery, and I don't know, it's just pleasant to me. As far as the arrival at the destination, that's good, but for me, just cruising down the highway like this at 52 miles an hour, it's fine. The range is going up, so I know my mileage is improving. When I was in town, I was probably getting 18 in town, and out on the highway, it may get up to 21. I've been over 21 miles per gallon a couple of times, but we'll see. thank all you guys for watching these videos. I appreciate it. I mean, I feel like I got company as I ride down the highway here. We'll bump it up a little bit now. I think the speed limit's about 55. So we'll go 56 and show off. We'll let this go a few minutes. I'm just getting the day started, and I thought I'd let y'all travel along. 19 miles to Goliad and 181 miles to Laredo, Texas. And you stay right on this highway all the way. Yeah, this is going to be one of the corridors from Mexico to the U.S. It's going to be US 69, I think is going to be the name of the road. This is a good smooth highway too. Yeah, this is some of the history in here goes back to the Texas War for Independence. You know, up here on the left is the Fannin Battleground Memorial. Basically what happened was Santa Anna had captured some soldiers and he lined them up and shot them there. That was a part of that battle. But they caught him sleeping at San Jacinto, Texas. They were doing their siesta in Texas. Caught them and they captured Santa Anna, and that was the end of that war. Texas remained a republic for several years and then joined the federales, the federal government, or the United States. The name of this thriving metropolis here, which is not even here, it's called Raisin, R-A-I-S-I-N, Raisin. There used to be a bar up here on the left. I don't know how I know that, but I used to go there every now and then and have a brewski. I knew where all the bars were. That's called Windmill Store here on the right. And it's just a family-owned quick stop. They got a few of them around Victoria. But anyway, guys, before y'all fall asleep, y'all have a good day and enjoy your life. And if you're into RVing or thinking about it, well, I'm not going to recommend it other than to say I enjoy it. It could work well for you. It may, depends on how lucky you are in finding a spot. And that's the biggest issue. You know, going boondocking is fun. However, some of the roads are bad. And so, yeah. But overall, you know, for me, for the last 28 years approximately, it's been quite, overall, it's been enjoyable. I've had my moments where it wasn't so good, but the majority of the time, I would say it was good. As far as the cost, you know, it depends on you. I mean, I find it extremely, I find it an extremely economical way to live. Of course, you know, my housing, this RV is expensive, but, or was, I thought it was. Everything's relative though. You know, if you got a few million in the bank, that's a chump change. But yeah, but you know, if you just, you know, a casita like I had was perfect. I lived in it for over 2 years, 17-foot RV. And I mentioned in a comment call video recently that the Class B motorhome, the living space on the inside is almost identical to the Casita fiberglass RV made in Rice, Texas. And it's adequate for me. Could I live in this full time? Without a doubt. You know, no problem at all. None at all. You know, once you get it organized, you're good. But anyway, having run around the circle here a few times, let's end this video. So the guys, thumbs up, carpe diem. Adios, bye-bye. use the Amazon link if you want to fool with it. Drink plenty of water, stretch, walk, stand guard at the door of your mind, and enjoy your life the best way you can, your way. That's important. And, I know sometimes I'm critical of maybe other lifestyles, or not, or I'll say something negative, or even a town or something. I may say, well, it has this or that. But just remember, that's just one person's opinion. That doesn't mean anything. And my opinion, and Elon Musk and Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos and President Biden and Donald Trump, none of those have any more value than mine. They're just blowing air through their vocal cords just like me. No different. They have no magic, But anyway, guys, enjoy it. They have a lot of money, but anyway, adios amigos. Bye-bye.